Hello and welcome to this recording of our discussion of the technical description assignment. Your assignment guidelines are available for you here on our technical description page. You can access this page by going through our Canvas course shell, going into our assignments, clicking on the technical description assignment, and clicking on our link here that will walk you through the process of creating a technical description. You'll also see that the grading rubrics are here in the assignment, so you can see exactly how your score will be calculated when you've completed the work. You can also download and adapt this template as a part of your technical description assignment. I would highly recommend that you take a look at that as you begin work on this project. So when you click on the technical description assignment, it will take you to our instructional page. You'll see that there's a lot of good information here, as well as a checklist of everything you need to include, and a great example of the technical description right here with describing a shaker screen. We are going to be doing peer reviews, but those are going to be due in our discussion boards. So you can ignore the bottom part of this website here. Also, obviously, ignore the dates. We will be doing that in the discussion board instead. There is also a template for you here to work with if you choose to use that style. We want to make sure that we're choosing a simple object to describe. The simpler, the better, really, in this case, because you'll find once you break something down into its component parts, if it gets too complicated, you're going to end up writing 12 pages of description instead of 2 or 3. So we want to pick something very simple. A pen, a needle, a stapler, your mug that you carry around with you. Those kind of things are doable for this length of an assignment. Anything like a computer, you would write an entire book if you were to do it justice. We want to make sure that we pick something simple, and here are some ways to go about doing that. You can address the issues from top to bottom, bottom to top. Most important to least important, you've got a lot of options here to help organize your thoughts. We do want to avoid plagiarism. It's very important to keep our writing. We don't want to borrow ideas from too many other people. So it can be tempting to use pages like Wikipedia or How Stuff Works to help you write this technical description paper, but we really want to use your observational skills, your own critical thinking, and your own ability to use descriptive language. So rely on your excellent brain as opposed to outside sources for this one. You are going to need to include images and photos for this particular assignment. You do need to properly format those images. So a proper formatting of an image should include a title above the image itself, and then you need a figure heading. Each of your figures should be numbered. You should then describe the image and then cite the image in APA style. If you take the photo yourself, you do not need to include a citation, obviously, but if the photo comes from anywhere other than your camera, it does need to be cited, both under the image and in the Works Cited page at the end of your document. Here are some more examples of how you would want to format and cite. We have some further examples of how that would look in your references page at the end of your paper here for you as well. So lots of great resources here on this website to walk you through how to create this technical description document, how to incorporate images, and how to cite them in APA style. So do make sure to use all of these excellent resources as you begin the project. We do have a PowerPoint up for you on Canvas that will help walk you through these ideas as well. I do want to go over some of those ideas here with us real quickly as we begin our discussion on technical descriptions. So an overview of the assignment, you do want to read all of those web pages that I've just showed you, and then shoot to write about 3 or 4 pages. These are going to be double spaced for your description. Include at least 3 figures. These don't all have to be pictures. You can use a line graph, a pie chart, bar chart, photos, schematic diagrams, whatever works best for you as you create your description. The images should closely relate to your description as opposed to just random stock images. We want something that really connects with the text. Pictures need to serve a purpose. Markle talks about that in the writing descriptions chapter. You can also skim his chapter on creating graphics. Both of those will be helpful for you as you begin this assignment. Your technical description paper needs to have at least one 3-part definition. You've done a great job writing definitions so far. So you're experts at this. Do make sure to include at least one 3-part definition as well as a parenthetical definition. Remember, that's where we provide more information in the paragraph using parentheses. We want at least 3 figures. We need a precise title, and everything should be done in APA style. I've linked for you here some resources for APA format. You can also see that we have an example with the shaker screen document that is up on the website as well. If you want to model your technical description on that example, that is a perfectly acceptable choice as you're thinking about your rhetorical strategies and as you're thinking about your formatting. Tips for success: really do pick something simple. We don't want an engine that would take a document, right? We want something simple. A water bottle, a picture frame, your key ring, something that's around you. Take a look around you right now. Something on your desk, something on your table, something that's really easy to describe. So it really, really should be simple. I've got a list of examples here for you. Take a look at those. All of these might work well for this assignment. But once again, pick something simple. Simple, simple, simple will do much better things for you than something overly complex. There are different ways we can talk about our object. We went over this on the website. I also have this slide for you, different ways you can approach describing your object and how it works. Some vocabulary tips we want to use are very specific words. You don't just want to say something is round. You might say something is cubical or cylindrical or circular, convex, concave. We want to have really descriptive elements there. Our size, we're not just going to say it's small. We're going to say it's 20 centimeters or 15 by 25 feet, right? We want to have very specific details. We want to have specific colors, textures, position, and we want to create metaphors if needed to help people picture how each of the components of our object work. Once again, that note on plagiarism, we do want to make sure that all of our work is our own. Everything you turn in is submitted through the Turnitin software, which does check against Wikipedia and other places to make sure that everything is your own ideas in your own words. If you get started on this assignment and you find that you're having difficulty completing it, it's absolutely okay to scrap it and try again with another object. If you need to resort to outside sources, that's fine if it's just about 2 to 5%, but if it's more than that, you need to think about maybe using a different object. We don't want something that you can't really access the parts to. You don't want to pick something that you're unfamiliar with, and you really don't want to have to resort to Wikipedia or how stuff works. So if you're having a hard time with the object you pick, that's okay. Just scrap it, pick something different, pick something simple. It would be ideal if you could produce your own images for this assignment, but sometimes that's not possible. So if you are using other images, do make sure that you're properly citing them in APA style and that you're formatting those images correctly in APA style as well. Our website walks you through that. Once again, when you're using figures, make sure that you have call-outs, figure 1, figure 2, and that you talk about what's happening in the figure and how it connects to your text. We went over this example on the website. We do have a title, we have the image, then we have the figure number, a description, and our APA citation. This is how a citation for that image would look on your references page. And some tips for getting started on this. Really, the best way to get started on a technical description is to do some brainstorming. And so if we were to brainstorm this project and we were trying to describe a baseball cap, we might do a bubble map. We'd start with a standard baseball cap. We'd say that baseball cap is comprised of 5 pieces. There's a fabric cap and button, there's a visor, there's a headband, there's an adjustment strap, and then there's a logo on it. So those are our main pieces that we're going to be then describing in our technical description document. If we wanted to create our 3-part definition, just as we've done in our past definition assignment, you will tell me more about the class. It's a soft fabric cap and the characteristics that set it apart from other hats in that category. It has a large stiffened and curved visor, which is normally worn over the eyes, but is sometimes worn backward or at other angles. This kind of bubble map will help you decide if your topic is too difficult. 5 main components, absolutely workable. If you've got 12 up here, maybe consider picking something a little bit more simple. And so a great way to get started, once again, create that bubble map with a term definition, class characteristics, and primary components. You need at least 3 primary components. Try to have less than 6. So between 3 and 6 is a good number for this project. Once you've done your brainstorming, you will be good to go with our work here. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out. I'm happy to help, and good luck and happy writing.